students, now I am going to discuss the topic classification and prediction, which is the third unit of second chapter. See, what is meant by classification? Classification is the process of finding a model, and by using that model we are going to know the class labels which are not known yet. And coming to the prediction, it is a process of guessing the value. See, before going to discuss the unit in detail, let us see what are all the different issues that need to be remembered before doing the classification and prediction. Coming to the issues. See here, the first issue you need to remember is preparing the data. For example, if you want to do the classification or the prediction method, before doing these two methods, you need to prepare the data. That means you need to clean the data by removing the noises. You have to give the only relevant data. That means the unnecessary data is not going to be processed. And the third thing is you need to transform the data and integrate the data if the data is in the other sources. Coming to the next issue, that is comparing. You can also have the chance to compare the classifier which classifies the data and predictor which predicts the value. See, in order to compare these two methods, we need some factors. Let us see what are those factors. The first factor is accuracy. Accuracy means how correctly it classifies the label, how correctly it predicts the value, how correctly it classifies the labels, how correctly it predicts the values. Coming to the speed. Speed denotes the cost complexity of two things. One is generating the classifier, how much cost it takes, and how much cost it takes to build the predictor. Coming to the third factor, that is robustness. Robustness indicates even if you give any invalid inputs, it must be capable to give the correct results. Then you can say it have the robustness feature. Coming to the scalability. Scalability indicates, for example, you have built the classifier and predictor for some amount of data. Even if you increase the data also, the classifier and predictor are able to do the correct classification and prediction. Even you enlarge the data, the classifier works well and even the predictor works well, then you can say the both methods are having the scalability nature. And coming to the last factor, that is interoperability. Interoperability indicates the level of understanding by the user. Level of understanding by the user about classifier and the predictor. Now we will see one of the methods for doing the classification. Here, in order to do the classification and after getting the classification model, we need to represent the model in the form of decision tree. Here we have adopted a method called decision tree induction. Now, in order to have the decision tree, first of all you need to find out the root, right? See how you can be able to select the root from the given attributes. Here there are some attribute selection measures that helps us to select the attribute from the given attributes. First attribute selection measure is information gain, and coming to the second one, gain ratio. Third one is Gini index. Most of the times we use the information gain measure to select the root attribute from the given attributes. In order to understand this in detail, let us see an example. Let us take an example. See, this is the data we have considered. Here, how many tuples are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tuples are there. Among these 6 tuples, how you could be able to select the root attribute? See, among these 6 attributes, this attribute can be the leaf node, because here they have defined that it is the class label, and this can also be negligible because here all the values are unique. Unique attributes, unique values are not eligible to act as the root attribute. So here how many are the remaining attributes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 attributes. Now we are doing the solvation, or we are doing the method for selecting one attribute as the root attribute among these 4 attributes. See, this is the information gain formula. Here we have to calculate the information gain for each and every attribute. So how many information gains will come? 4, because we are calculating for 4 attributes. One is age, another one is income, student, and the credit rating. And this is the entropy. Entropy is nothing but information about the D. D stands for the total database. That means total number of tuples we have considered. And this is the entropy of Dj. Means here what is the attribute you are considering here. For that attribute we are going to calculate the entropy. See here, now we are calculating the entropy of the database. Entropy of database. How many classes from I equals to 1 to C? C stands for number of classes. How many classes are there in the given data? 2 classes. One is yes and another one is no. Here P stands for probability. Probability of getting yes and probability of getting no. See how we will calculate these two things. Entropy of database is, for first time we are calculating the probability of getting yes, and for the second we are doing the probability of getting no. Here 9 indicates number of yes class labels in the total number of tuples. Total number of tuples are 14, yes tuples are 9, and same value has been placed here. Here no tuples are 5 out of total number of tuples, that are 14. By calculating this, we will get the value 0.940. As this value is to be placed in every attribute, here I am making this as the equation A. Now we are calculating the information gain for the attribute age. See here, this is the formula. There we have considered I equals to 1 to n, right? Here the n values. How many attribute values are there for an attribute age? 3. One is youth, middle aged and senior. You can refer the example what I have given previously. And Dj stands for the attribute value you have considered, and entropy for the attribute you have considered. See how the values to be placed. Already this entropy of total database have been calculated, that we have placed as equation A, and minus here how many values are there for an attribute age? 3 values. So 3 summations will come, and first J value is 1. That means you are considering the values for youth. See here, out of D is total number of tuples. Total number of tuples are 14. Dj, D youth. How many youth tuples are there in the table? 5 tuples are there. 5 by 14 into entropy of Dj. So what is the formula for entropy? Minus Pi log to Pi minus Pi. Here probability of getting youth and yes. Youth and yes tuples are 2. Out of how many youth tuples? 5. Same value here. And for no, how many youth and no tuples? Out of only youth tuples. Same value is placed here. And for the next value, next here this is for middle aged. How many number of middle aged tuples are there? Out of number of total tuples in the database. Here entropy of middle aged. Number of middle aged with yes label divided by total number of middle aged. Here number of middle aged with no class label, total number of middle aged. Likewise, you need to do for senior also. Number of senior tuples out of total number of tuples, number of senior with yes class label, number of senior tuple with no class label. After substituting these values, you can get the value 0.246. The same procedure have to do for the other attribute. What is the other attribute? Income. How many values are there for the income? 2 values. One is high. Sorry, for the income 3 values are there. One is high, medium and low. So, by doing like this, we will get the value 0.029. What you need to do? This entropy is common for all because this is the entropy for total database. And here values changes. For income, 3 values. What are those 3 values? High, medium, low. Here high tuples with high tuples divided by total number of tuples. High tuples with yes, high tuples. High tuples with no, high tuples. Here medium tuples divided by total number of tuples. Medium plus yes, medium plus no. Here low tuples divided by total number of tuples. Low with yes class label. Low tuple with no class label. Likewise, you have to do for student attribute also. For student attribute, how many values are there? 2 attributes. One is yes, attribute values. One is yes, another one is no. Only 2 summations will come. And coming to the last attribute, that is credit rating. Credit rating is having 2 values. One is fair, another one is excellent. So, same like student, here also 2 summations will come. And by observing these values, by observing these 4 values, what is the highest value? Hold 0.246 by the attribute age. So age will be our root node and the branches will be youth, middle aged and senior. All the tuples will be placed in these branches. This is the method for classifying the data using decision tree induction.